This message is reaching you now. What you do next matters. Beloved, this message comes to you at a moment when something within you has already begun to shift. You may not have words for it yet, but you feel it in how you pause more often, how certain thoughts no longer hold power, how clarity arrives without effort. This is not imagination. This is awareness reorganizing itself. You are not being interrupted. You are being aligned. There is guidance present now that does not seek attention. It works quietly, steadily, through your perception. It asks you to notice what no longer feels necessary to carry. Old worries, old explanations, old expectations that once seemed important but now feel heavy. Beloved, understand this clearly. What feels heavy is not meant to move forward with you. You are being guided to simplify, not by doing less, but by doing what is correct without excess. When alignment strengthens, life stops demanding constant effort. Resistance fades. Decisions become cleaner. You may notice that some answers arrive before questions fully form. This is a sign that awareness is leading, not reacting. Guidance works best when it is ahead of urgency. Beloved, there is also a reminder here about trust. Not blind trust in outcomes, but trust in your ability to respond with clarity. You do not need certainty about everything ahead. You only need honesty in the present moment. If something feels forced, pause. If something feels steady, proceed. Alignment does not rush. It confirms. You are also being asked to respect your energy. Not everything deserves access to you. Not every conversation requires explanation. Silence is not avoidance. It is discernment. Beloved, you may feel less interested in proving yourself now. This is not loss of ambition. It is maturity of intention. When clarity strengthens, performance loses relevance. This message also carries reassurance. You are not missing anything meant for you. What aligns will meet you without pressure. What requires chasing is not aligned. Pay attention to how your body responds to decisions. Calm is a signal. Tension is information. Awareness communicates through sensation as much as thought. Beloved, you are being guided to move forward without dragging the past behind you. Lessons remain. Wait does not need to. There may be moments of quiet where nothing seems to happen. Do not mistake stillness for stagnation. Integration often looks like nothing from the outside, while everything reorganizes within. This message does not ask you to change who you are. It asks you to stop carrying what you are not. When alignment deepens, life feels less dramatic and more accurate. Fewer internal arguments. Quicker recovery. Clearer priorities. Beloved, this guidance is not here to control your path. It is here to stabilize how you walk it. Remain attentive to what brings steadiness rather than excitement. Remain honest about what can be sustained. Remain grounded in what feels quietly right. This message will not repeat loudly. It will remain present softly, waiting for you to act with clarity rather than urgency. Beloved, you are not being pushed forward. You are being centered. And from that center, the next step will be obvious. Beloved, as this message continues, notice how your awareness has already begun adjusting. You may feel less reactive, more observant, as if you are standing slightly back from situations instead of being pulled into them. This is not detachment. It is perspective returning. Guidance now emphasizes discernment over effort. You are being asked to see clearly before you act, rather than acting quickly and correcting later. When clarity leads, fewer corrections are needed. Beloved, you may find that certain conversations no longer hold your attention. Repetition without resolution, drama without meaning, urgency without purpose, these lose their grip when alignment strengthens. This is not indifference. It is selectivity forming. Another message present now concerns truth with yourself. You are being guided to notice where you say yes out of habit rather than alignment. Each time you override your own clarity, energy drains. Awareness now highlights these moments early. You may also sense a shift in how you handle uncertainty. Instead of rushing to resolve it, you allow it space. This patience is not avoidance. It allows information to surface naturally. Beloved, archangelic guidance does not demand certainty. It encourages honesty about what you know and what you do not. From this honesty, correct action emerges. This message also supports simplification of priorities. What truly matters is becoming clearer, while distractions lose urgency. You may do fewer things, but each thing carries more intention. Beloved, you are also being reminded that rest is part of alignment. Exhaustion distorts perception. When you slow down deliberately, clarity sharpens. Another signal of guidance at work is reduced self-judgment. When mistakes occur, you correct without self-attack. Learning replaces criticism. This is inner order stabilizing. You may notice that your intuition feels calmer now, less emotional, more precise. This is discernment maturing. Beloved, guidance now appears in timing. You act when the moment feels complete, not when pressure demands movement. This reduces friction and regret. Remain attentive to subtle cues. Remain patient with unfolding. Remain honest when adjustment is needed. This message continues not by adding more information, but by refining how you respond to what is already present. Beloved, you are being guided not toward more, but toward what is correct. And correctness, once recognized, simplifies everything. Beloved, this part of the message brings your attention to consistency, because alignment is proven not in insight, but in how steadily you live from it. You may notice that your reactions are becoming predictable in a good way. Not rigid, but reliable. You respond with clarity more often than confusion. This reliability is a sign that guidance has integrated beyond thought. Archangelic influence now supports steadiness under pressure. When situations tighten, you do not collapse inward or rush outward. You remain present. This presence allows correct choices to surface without force. Beloved, another message present now concerns self-respect in action. You are being guided to follow through on what you know is right, even when it is inconvenient. Integrity strengthens when it is practiced during small, unobserved moments. You may also notice that emotional extremes soften. Highs become calmer, lows become shorter. This balance does not reduce depth, it increases resilience. Beloved, guidance at this stage also refines communication. You speak less, but with greater accuracy. Words align more closely with intention. Silence becomes a tool rather than a gap. This message also emphasizes responsibility without weight. You accept consequences without self-blame. You correct without overcompensating. This clarity prevents repetition of old patterns. You may feel less drawn to explaining yourself. Understanding no longer requires agreement from others. This independence is not isolation, it is grounded confidence. Beloved, archangelic guidance now operates through habit formation. Correct choices repeated gently become natural. You do not need reminders when behavior aligns with values. Another signal of integration is reduced inner debate. Decisions still require thought, but they do not spiral. You choose, act, and adjust calmly if needed. Remain attentive to how you treat yourself during effort. Remain honest about limits without diminishing capability. Remain grounded when outcomes unfold slowly. This message is not asking you to reach a new state. It is asking you to continue living from the one you have entered. Beloved, alignment now moves with you. Quiet, steady, and sustaining. And in that steadiness, progress becomes natural rather than forced. Beloved, this part of the message turns your awareness toward refinement through repetition. Alignment is no longer new, and because of that, it becomes more powerful. What is repeated with clarity becomes stable. You may notice that familiar situations no longer pull you into old patterns. The same triggers appear, but your response has changed. This is not willpower. It is awareness choosing differently without struggle. Archangelic guidance now supports quiet discipline. Not strict control, but gentle consistency. You follow through because it feels correct, not because you force yourself to. Beloved, another message present now is about patience with growth. Progress may feel subtle, even invisible. Do not mistake this for stagnation. Deep changes settle slowly because they last. You may feel less urgency to label experiences as good or bad. Instead, you observe, learn, and adjust. This neutrality strengthens clarity. Beloved, guidance at this stage also refines expectation. You no longer demand immediate results. You trust process because you have seen its stability. This trust reduces internal pressure. You may notice that when imbalance appears, correction happens faster. Awareness notices early. Adjustment feels natural. This prevents accumulation of tension. Another sign of guidance is ease in letting go. When something no longer fits, you release it without negotiation. Completion feels clean. Beloved, archangelic influence now emphasizes inner order. Thoughts organize themselves. Priorities align without constant effort. Life feels less scattered. Communication continues to simplify. You choose precision over volume, truth over reassurance. This clarity strengthens relationships that align and fades those that do not. Remain attentive to repetition that feels nourishing. Remain willing to adjust what no longer supports balance. Remain grounded in what you know through experience, not assumption. This message continues not to create change, but to stabilize it. Beloved, alignment now works quietly in the background, supporting each step without needing attention. And from this stability, growth continues naturally. Beloved, this part of the message invites you to recognize something important. Alignment is now becoming self-sustaining. You are no longer carried by guidance alone. You are cooperating with it naturally. At this stage, awareness shows itself through restraint as much as action. You know when to move forward, and you also know when to wait without frustration. This balance is not learned through instruction. It is earned through experience. You may notice that your sense of urgency has softened. This does not mean you care less. It means you trust timing more. When trust replaces pressure, choices feel lighter and outcomes feel cleaner. Beloved, another message present now is about internal honesty. You are being guided to acknowledge your true capacity, neither underestimating nor overextending yourself. This realism protects both your energy and your integrity. Archangelic guidance at this level strengthens self-regulation. You stop before exhaustion. You speak before resentment builds. You adjust before imbalance grows. These small corrections preserve long-term clarity. You may also notice that your intuition feels practical rather than mystical. It guides you in ordinary moments. How you structure your day, when you disengage, when you commit. This is alignment fully integrated into daily life. Beloved, guidance now emphasizes completion. You finish what is correct to finish. You release what is complete. Lingering reduces. Cycles close cleanly. Another sign of this stage is comfort with uncertainty. You do not rush to fill gaps with assumptions. You allow information to arrive when it is ready. This patience prevents error. Beloved, Archangelic influence now works through quiet confidence. You do not need to announce your direction. Your actions reflect it consistently. You may feel less reactive to others' opinions. Feedback becomes information, not identity. This emotional stability allows discernment without defensiveness. This message also reinforces responsibility for your inner state. External conditions no longer dictate your balance as strongly. You stabilize yourself from within. Remain attentive to what feels sustainable. Remain honest about what requires adjustment. Remain grounded in what you know through lived clarity. Beloved, guidance continues here not as instruction, but as cooperation. You are no longer being shown the way. You are walking it. And as you walk it steadily, alignment holds, quiet, reliable, and enduring. Beloved, this continuation carries the message into longevity, where alignment is tested not by new situations, but by how consistently you remain centered over time. What endures quietly is what has truly integrated. At this stage, Archangelic guidance emphasizes sustainability of awareness. You are learning how to stay clear without constant correction. Balance becomes your default, not something you recover after disruption. You may notice that when challenges arise, you respond faster and with less internal dialogue. This is not impulsiveness. It is clarity acting without interference. Decision and action begin to merge. Beloved, another message present now concerns humility within confidence. You trust yourself, yet remain open to adjustment. You do not cling to being right. You prioritize being aligned. This flexibility preserves wisdom. Archangelic influence now supports emotional economy. You spend less energy on worry, anticipation, or replaying conversations. Attention returns to what is actionable and present. This conservation strengthens focus. You may also sense that some ambitions have refined rather than disappeared. Goals become more grounded. Motivation becomes quieter but steadier. This shift supports long-term fulfillment rather than short bursts of effort. Beloved, guidance at this level also strengthens discernment around commitment. You choose carefully what you invest in. Once committed, you remain consistent. This reduces fragmentation and regret. Another sign of integration is ease with responsibility. You accept what is yours without resistance. You release what is not yours without guilt. This clarity simplifies relationships and work alike. Beloved, archangelic messages now appear through proportion. You know how much is enough. Of effort, of rest, of engagement. Excess loses appeal. Balance becomes satisfying. You may notice that your presence affects environments subtly. Calm spreads. Tension lowers. This is not something you try to do. It happens naturally when alignment stabilizes. This message also reinforces trust in gradual progress. You no longer need proof at every step. You trust direction because it has proven stable. Remain attentive to rhythm rather than speed. Remain honest about what can be sustained. Remain grounded when adjustment is required. Beloved, guidance now works less as direction and more as structure. It supports you quietly, continuously, without demand. And from this structure, life unfolds with clarity that lasts. Not because it is perfect, but because it is aligned. Beloved, this part of the message brings your awareness to subtlety, the quiet ways alignment shapes life beyond what you notice consciously. Archangelic guidance now works through nuance rather than direct instruction. At this stage, you may notice small patterns emerging. Repeated coincidences, gentle nudges, or synchronicities are no longer random. They are markers of alignment confirming your path without disrupting it. Observe them, but do not chase them. Their purpose is to anchor awareness, not to entertain curiosity. Beloved, guidance now emphasizes refinement of relationships. People who align with your truth naturally remain close. Others gently drift away, not as punishment, but as correction of energy flow. Trust this process. It protects your clarity and preserves integrity. Another message present is regarding resilience in subtle challenges. These are not dramatic crises, but quiet tests. A moment of irritation, a small delay, a miscommunication. You respond with presence instead of reaction. Your energy remains intact, and decisions reflect balance rather than impulse. Beloved, archangelic influence also supports flexibility without compromise. Situations will change. Responsibilities will shift. Priorities will evolve. Yet, you remain anchored in truth, values, and clarity. This balance allows adaptation without losing direction. You may notice fewer internal debates now. Decisions are reached through awareness, not argument. This is a sign that guidance has integrated deeply. Intuition now feels like a steady current rather than a sudden spark. Another aspect of this stage is the refinement of timing. You no longer act out of urgency. You act when conditions align. This patience is not delay, it is precision. Correct timing amplifies effectiveness and reduces friction. Beloved, guidance now shapes how you carry yourself in ordinary moments. Your energy, gestures, and words reflect alignment naturally. Others sense steadiness without understanding its source. This influence is subtle but powerful. You may feel less need to seek validation externally. Confirmation comes from internal coherence rather than external approval. This independence preserves clarity and prevents distraction from minor noise. Beloved, this message emphasizes balance and contribution. Giving now is intentional, sustainable, and aligned. Overextension is naturally avoided. Energy flows without depletion. Finally, silence becomes a resource rather than an absence. Stillness restores, resets, and clarifies. Awareness strengthens not by addition, but by consolidation. Remain attentive to subtle cues. Remain grounded in rhythm rather than speed. Remain aligned in what feels quietly true. Beloved, guidance now moves through life itself, not as instruction, but as structure, rhythm, and coherence, carrying you steadily, without force, toward clarity that lasts. Beloved, now the message reaches the deepest layer. The natural integration of guidance into your very being. At this stage, you no longer perceive alignment as separate from yourself. Awareness, choice, and action merge seamlessly. What once felt like instruction now feels like instinct. You may notice that life flows with less friction. Situations that used to feel heavy now pass with ease. This is not luck. It is the result of your consciousness stabilizing under archangelic guidance. You respond from coherence rather than reaction, from rhythm rather than force. Beloved, you are being reminded that presence is your most powerful tool. Being present with yourself, with your intentions, and with your actions anchors alignment more than any external ritual. Attention, sustained quietly, produces clarity beyond words. Another message here concerns trust in unfolding. You do not need to see the entire path. You only need to see what is immediately in front of you. Each step informs the next. This trust reduces anxiety, increases precision, and strengthens your inner compass. Archangelic influence also protects the integrity of your rhythm. You are guided to act neither too soon nor too late. Timing aligns naturally when awareness is steady. Do not confuse urgency with opportunity. Beloved, subtlety becomes a hallmark of guidance now. Signs appear in everyday life, small coincidences, quiet intuitions, repeating numbers, unexpected clarity. These are confirmations that you are moving in harmony with what is true. You may feel that your need to control outcomes has decreased. This is intentional. Archangels do not remove your responsibility. They teach you how to act without forcing results. Actions become precise, energy is preserved, and outcomes align more smoothly with intention. Another important message is discernment in interaction. Energy is not wasted on what does not serve coherence. Words are chosen carefully. Attention is given selectively. Silence is valued as much as speech. This preserves your center while maintaining engagement. Beloved, mistakes may still occur, but recovery is faster. Lessons integrate without lingering trauma. Awareness notices misalignment early, corrects it gently, and continues moving without disturbance. This is the elegance of sustained guidance. You are also reminded that your alignment now influences others naturally. Calm, clarity, and steadiness ripple quietly, creating subtle shifts in your environment without your conscious effort. This is the unseen power of coherence in action. Beloved, the essence of this stage is continuity. Guidance no longer feels separate. Awareness no longer feels forced. Life no longer feels fragmented. You move through it as a coherent whole, grounded in truth, balanced in action, and steady in perception. Remain present. Remain discerning. Remain honest. Remain aligned. Beloved, this is not the end of guidance. It is the full integration of it. Archangelic work continues, not as instruction, but as the quiet, sustaining structure of your life. And from this structure, all steps forward will be clear, coherent, and true.